Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the most magical podcast in the Midwest. The Magic in the Midwest podcast, starring USA Today best-selling author J.B. Michaels and his more successful wife, Ashley Michaels. And now, your hosts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you so much for being here to Magic in the Midwest podcast. I believe this is the 83rd Magic in the Midwest podcast, right? 83?
I have no idea.
Or 84? I think it's 83. I am J.B. Michaels, author of many books, working on a new one called Raftery's Ghost, which is super exciting and will be available this year at some point, although it's unclear exactly when, because I'm trying to coordinate things marketing-wise. But yeah, another cozy mystery from the Murder Mystery series, Mac and Millie Mysteries. So check those out. Among the many other books, go to MrMichaels.com to check those books out. The podcast does... The podcast does benefit from, the books, and the books benefit from the podcast. So please check those out. We do lots of things here at the Magic in the Midwest headquarters. Also, please check out our Bandcamp exclusive episodes, Magic in the Midwest podcast.bandcamp.com, where you can find over 50 exclusive episodes of content galore for you. Very funny, very silly, very loose content that we think you'll definitely enjoy. So check those out as well. Also, please... rate and review us if you have time. If you're one of those people, then please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to the podcast, YouTube, like and subscribe us. And then, of course, through this podcast, we have met lots of wonderful people. One of those people is...
Emily from Magical Mouse Travel. She, like JB said, we met her through the podcast, and she is a vacation planner that specializes in Disney, Universal, and Disney Cruise Line vacations, but she can book any travel for you, and she knows all the things, guys. She has booked several trips for us. She's a great resource. She is also from the Midwest, but travels to Orlando often for both Disney and Universal trips. And she can do all the things, and we just highly recommend her. Cannot recommend her enough. She's lovely.
Yes,
she's the best. So if you're looking to book a trip, contact her via email, emily@magicalmousetravel.com, and just let her know that we sent you over.
Yes. So
Sorry,
please check that out.
I was losing focus. Our son dropped a controller or something. It was very loud.
Yeah, he just decided to just be super loud there. All of a sudden. So, whatevs. I
wanted to say, JB, that it's almost been 2 years. I mean, we're getting close to 2 years of recording.
Wow.
Because we started in March of 2020.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is really nuts. That is a long time of podcasts. That is a long time. And really, if you count all the podcasts, that's like, we've had over 130 plus podcasts that we've recorded total.
Yeah, that's true.
With all the Bandcamp exclusives.
Rose going crazy over there?
Yes, our bearded dragon is sort of losing it right now. She's we took her out today and everything. What the heck is going on with you, Rose? But anyway, I don't know what is happening. No, she stopped. She heard me say your name. Okay, so all right. So here is some interesting things. Today we thought we would talk about Walt Disney World in 2022. I feel like we have had a very Universal heavy run of podcasts, so we thought we would return a little bit we thought we would return to the Magic in the Midwest podcast, and take a look at what is coming soon, all the updates, the things that are going to be opening up in Disney World, just regular things that we want to look at, so and are looking forward to. So kind of interesting. But these are not in any particular order, but we're just going to go through each of the new things that we are looking forward to, or just things that will be updated and new for 2022, or bringing back because of what happened over the last couple of years in the world. So here is some of the... So if you're a DVC member, you do get what's called Disney Files Magazine. So we have Disney Files Magazine, and some of the things that Disney Files Magazine has in it are some updates that are coming to Disney. So in Disney Springs, there's going to be a new Cirque du Soleil show called Drawn to Life that will be basically a celebration of Disney animation combined with Cirque du Soleil. So that is pretty cool. It's a new update that's coming soon. And then, of course, there's been a lot of updates to some DVC resorts. For those of you interested in DVC resorts, all of the deluxe studios over at Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows have been refurbed, Ash. And now they're sort of like, they're more blue.
Yeah, they used to be like orange and like a deeper orange and red.
Yeah.
Like the warmer hues. And
yes.
Now,
which I liked those.
You know what? Yeah, I'm not notoriously
hues.
known for liking that color scheme, but I thought it worked really well in those rooms. So, I mean, these pictures look really beautiful too, but I feel like the only note I have on that is that I feel like we have a lot of resorts already that use these cooler tones. And so I feel like the Polynesian was kind of unique. It was a different look, and, you know, I mean, it looks beautiful, but, you know, I liked the orange and red.
Yeah, the orange and red of the deluxe studios. Yeah, it's an interesting situation. They have the Lilo and Stitch elements are still there. And I also think there's like a combo of Moana and Lilo and Stitch, it looks like. But no, it looks like Lilo and Stitch's for the most part there. So it's different. You know, I mean, looks really nice, but it's funny. It's like one of those things where I don't even know. Did you really need to could you just refurbed and kept the design the same?
Yeah.
But, you know, they changed. They chose to change it. I mean, it's still nice, but it's also, you know, it's not what we're used to.
It's a big difference.
It is a really big difference. Like, I mean, the feel of the room is much different now. And then over at Saratoga Springs, like, there's a bunch of new updates. Like, the whole lobby, like, where you walk in, is completely new. So there's just...
I'll be honest, it was needed there, though.
Right. Saratoga, all the rooms are refurbed and new. Saratoga is, you know, by far the largest Disney Vacation Club resort on property. And for many years, it was the same. You know, it didn't really get like a major refurb until recently. So and a refurb and a redesign, basically. New paint, new colors, new everything in the rooms, and also in the lobby and everything else. Where you go and check in. And they also have these big new horse murals, like these big paintings, with the horses from Tangled, Beauty and the Beast, Hercules, and Brave. So cool. some Pegasus in there. So that was kind of neat. So that is new for Saratoga Springs. And then Old Key West also got a refresh as well, which looks very nice, actually. It looks really nice. Again, like you said, Ash, a lot of blue, cooler tones throughout all of these resorts.
Yeah, I feel like they're starting to look a little similar. I liked, you know, but all the updates look really beautiful. I can't, you know, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, it all looks really nice. Yeah. I mean, it's fun. You know, just to let you guys know, the way DVC works. Like, we do pay dues, so like we technically are paying for this. You know, these refurbs.
Yes, this and many other things.
But we pay for the refurbs basically yearly.
Yeah, I mean,
with our dues.
You know, the only thing that I get afraid of is that it's like I don't want to be heading in a direction where a lot of the hotels start to look the same. Inside. Yeah. Even if they're beautiful. You know, I like the uniqueness of the different hotels. So I hope we don't get away from that.
Right. And then in our home resort, they are actually the new rooms, which now that I think about it, I wonder if we're booked for one of the new buildings. Old Pine Key is the name of the new set of DVC buildings for Grand Floridian.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's going to be a huge new, a huge new thing going on with the Grand Floridian. More like 200 more resort studios being opened up, and it's going to be called Old Pine Key. It's going to be really interesting to see how those go. But I mean, it will probably. I don't think there's going to be a major departure design wise from the other Grand Floridian resorts, but still interesting to note. So that is going to be new on the DVC side. So there's been a lot of refurb and renovation being done for DVC members, but it also is interesting too is that Disney, I guess, has been buying back a bunch of contracts, like majorly, big time, and they're buying back a lot of the 2042 contracts. So which are like Boardwalk is there's a lot of resorts that are technically expiring in 2042, and Disney's like kind of buying them up.
Yeah.
So, interesting indeed. Yes. So, so that's really, Disney Vacation Club is amazing if you are a Disney fan and you want to keep going down there, and you basically are just paying for these amazing, the points. I'm telling you, the most fun thing about DVC is the points and the possibilities. Like, you got points and you go, well, we could do this or we could do that, or what do you want to do with this? I hope that soon they start bringing back some of the perks that they took away.
Yeah, me
because
too.
Because of the pandemic. So the Moonlight Magic, that has not been re-announced. So I'm hoping that comes back, hopefully in 2022 or maybe early 2023. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that Disney, for money reasons, they don't want to let people in parks right now without paying.
Yeah.
So I think, or giving, even though DVC is a separate thing, that people pay for.
Well, I definitely feel like our funds are being redistributed elsewhere.
That's possible.
Oh, it is. It's happening.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure. Because if it hadn't been, we wouldn't have such a big issue like calling the DVC line to, like customer service wouldn't have been bad, right? Because why would you have to lay anyone off if this incoming money is essentially the same?
Right.
So they redistributed it, and we were paying the same amount to get way less.
Yeah, I feel like, and there are some things. I mean, there's still the DVC member lounge in Epcot, but I mean, that's not, there was more, there's still the discounts with the cards.
I mean, right, all of Disney's taken a hit. I'm not going to whine too much about it, but I hope these aren't coming back.
I hope they come back. Because, we're the most dedicated Disney fans. You would hope that does make a comeback, because those were very popular and they were very successful. I don't know if you should say
we're the most dedicated. I think we're in a group that's very dedicated.
Well, I mean, as far as Disney World, if you're a DVC member, I think you're pretty dedicated, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're, that's what I meant by that. So, I mean, it's an interesting time to be a DVC member. There's a lot of, there's still the borrowing restrictions are still in effect as well. Like, you can only borrow 50% of your next year or something, because of,
which
again,
that may never
COVID
change.
Back up.
I think that's going to be a few more years before that changes.
Yeah, before things kind of clear out there. Yeah. And as far as I know, I've looked, and I mean, it seems like people are using their points. So, like, it's hard to get anywhere. Like, it almost is. I wonder if there is a possibility of getting in anywhere, but we'll see. So we're booked. We're going, in June, so it'll be exciting. But we've got Copper Creek and Grand Floridian.
I'm very excited about that stay. And you know what? We own at the Grand Floridian. It's never really somewhere that we're trying to stay, I guess. That sounds strange.
Right.
It's just not really it's beautiful, but it's not really our thing.
Right.
But I'm excited to go back there, and really excited about Copper Creek.
Yes.
It's gonna be great.
Beautiful.
So.
It's going to be beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay, so then you have Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. So we're going to kind of head out of DVC
Wait, I have a
updates.
question. Do you think that we're famous enough that we could tell people when we're going and be like, you guys should book your trip too and come meet us? That's how famous we are.
Not yet.
Soon?
Soonish. Well, we got to get on that.
Did you guys hear it? He said
you. You got to get on
and then
that.
he tried to correct
Well, it's more you. So anyway.
I'm not busy at all.
No. Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser opens March 1st, 2022. Okay, so lots of controversy going on with Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser.
Is there?
First off, yes, you're not paying attention
I am not.
to the world around
That's
you,
your job.
giant idiot. 2-day, 2-night Star Wars experience that is $6,000.
Okay, well, we already knew that.
Nope, you don't know what I'm about to say.
Okay.
So,
nope.
idiot. So basically, the name of the ship is the Halcyon, and you basically are going on a cruise-like experience in the Galactic Star Cruiser Resort that is connected to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios. And it's a very interactive, supposed to be very immersive, incredible experience. But Disney released a video about what you are kind of previewing some of the experience that you'll have at the Star Cruiser.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, people aren't happy.
People canceled their reservations like crazy. Absolutely dropped it because it looked
like not
generic and kind of fake-ish. Like it just looked to the people watching it. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to pay $6,000 for this. Well, it was not a good look.
Well,
optics-wise.
I mean, you got to think about it though. I mean, they can put pretty much. I mean, think about just the way a movie trailer can make something look way better than it is. They had an opportunity, and the fact that it didn't look good makes me feel like, what do they? Are they phoning it in?
Right.
I mean, if you're going to charge that much money and it's supposed to be this super elite experience, then you gotta,
bring it.
You gotta bring it.
So they released this video.
Man,
people were not. People. Well, I think it's been taken down. They took it down quickly because people were losing their mind, and they have cancellations like crazy.
Well,
so I don't know if that has been, reversed. Has Disney reversed? Like, are people starting to come back to it? I don't know. Of course, come March 1st, which is very, very soon, we're going to start getting all the hype for it. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that go to it and are like, it's amazing, it's totally worth it, right? That it'll start probably picking up again. But from the initial eye test of that video, people were not happy with it. No. So, a little bit of a faux pas.
Super surprised.
Faux pas. So if you're paying $6,000, I mean, you expect... I don't know what you expect.
For two nights?
And I think that's where the...
Yeah, I'm going to expect
That's a tricky situation. Yeah, what do you expect, and, how do you meet those expectations?
Well, I mean, it's not just what people expect, it's what they've already been telling us to expect, too. They're talking about how it's amazing and not like anything else ever, and it's more expensive than cruise pricing.
And also from what I understand, the 50th anniversary, just from the buzz around, is just not going over as big as they thought it would. Like, people aren't flocking to Disney to go to the 50th anniversary. Like, it's just not...
I mean, there were those fights breaking out in the shops.
There's still fights happening. Like, there's stuff
on
social media.
Get it together. People
beating each other up on like, Main Street by the castle. Like, what is wrong with you?
I don't...
And Disney can't... Disney really can't do anything. They just have to watch.
Why can't they do anything?
Well, liability issues and stuff.
Well, you got to get in there and break it up. You can't just be like,
they do try to break it up, but it's also like if they're on the ground, there's certain... I don't know if there's certain things they just can't do. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't be happening. I blame people for that. That's
well,
not on
it
Disney.
is an issue. It is
Get it together.
Right.
Like, there are things I love from Disney and I would really want and be disappointed if I couldn't find, but it's not worth running someone over.
Well, this was just by the fireworks. There's people waiting around like after the fireworks or for the fireworks, just like fighting each other. It was bizarre.
Well, I do think, I'm not saying that I any way support that kind of behavior, but I do think Disney needs to do a better job with that, because people will stand there for a long time, and then you just have someone come walk right in front of you and lift their kid up, and like, I get it, it happens, but I mean, they just let people just stand right in front of you, and if you've been standing there waiting for 2.5 hours for the spot, it's kind of annoying when people walk up at the last minute. So we also it's interesting situations going on right now. Now that's just, obviously there's so many people, and those are just, everything's pronounced because of social media, and you see it. But it has been, people are bloggers and Disney bloggers are all over it, posting it because it gets a lot of views and hits for them. I mean, that's just, unfortunately, negative everything works in America today. If you're negative, you're, oh yeah,
you get attention.
Haven't learned that over the last couple of years.
Everything's negative. Right. So yeah, that's sad.
Maybe that's why everyone likes me, because I'm negative.
Maybe they don't like you as much as me.
Well, I don't care about
let's
that.
be real.
They don't, but I'm better.
Shut up. No. So, on to some more happier topics. I feel like every time we talk about Disney, we go negative. I mean, I feel like every time literally almost every podcast in the last, and it's partially because of where we're at. I think we're like the things Disney's been doing, but it's been harder. If you listen to our every Disney episode, we're just more critical of Disney right now.
Well, they deserve it. I mean, I'm not going to apologize for that.
No, I'm not apologizing.
I don't sit around and try and be super critical of everything all the time. I think most people that have Disney podcasts or care about it or talk about it have been more negative over the last couple of years because they've announced mostly negative things. And like, you have situations where they pull Bob Chapek from the where did they pull him from, where they wouldn't even let him come out on stage? I can't think of it. D23. I mean, there's a reason for that. Why would you not have him come out? Because you're afraid he's going to get booed.
Right.
And,
yeah,
maybe we need to start bringing some value back. But I mean, of course, we still love it. We're very excited about our trip. But we can be critical and still love something.
Yeah, I mean, the people fighting is
I don't support that.
That is just, people need to get their act together. But I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know. But people seem to be, and for, I have talked to a couple more people that we know personally who've been since the implementation of Genie Plus, and people are paying for it and it's working just fine. The paid version is working, just fine for everybody.
Information from tips or
tips, yeah.
Always from tips.
Always from tips. But yeah, apparently it has been fine. It just, it'll be interesting. We're going to try it, I'm sure, when we go in June. Ash is probably when we go to Magic Kingdom is probably a good spot. Epcot, it's not worth it. Everybody says Epcot, it's not worth doing it.
Right. I think they say the two main parks would be Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, but I think if you're going to pick just one, Magic Kingdom probably. Right,
Magic Kingdom most likely. Yeah, so...
But we would love to hear if any of you have used it, what your experience was. Write in, let us know.
Right. Yeah, people we know, it seems to have been just working just fine for them, and they like it. I think it, in one way I do like the fact that people who didn't have access to Fast Pass Plus are now, everybody's pretty much on the same level playing field. That's one good aspect of it. So if you're staying off property or something, you now have access to Fast Pass.
Well, yes, but I also feel like
we always had access to Fast Pass.
I get it. I mean, I think it caters to locals in a way, meaning they never really had that opportunity, and I think Florida or Disney World has had this growing home base population that's a fan base that's going, where it used to never really be that way as much. And a lot of people are moving down there, and I know that we listen to other podcasts, people that live down there, and they would be, like, we can never get on this or that or get a Fast Pass Plus because of this.
Right.
So it does level the playing field in a way, but I feel like it takes away the,
perks
of, choosing to
of
stay
being
on
in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
It's almost like Disney's now rejecting that
its
ecosystem.
own thing that it created.
Like they're rejecting you. I mean, really, at the end of the day,
now they just value pay to play. That's it.
They're discouraging people from staying on property. Mm-hmm. Like they kind of don't want you to, almost.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like
like they're not
now
promoting.
It doesn't really matter,
right?
So they're going to get their money. It's pay to play, pay to take an Uber, pay to take a Lyft.
Right.
You're annoyed with the bus.
Deal with it.
Right, and even you taking a Lyft or an Uber from the airport to their property, they take a portion of that.
Yeah.
So it's just more and more money in their pocket.
It is. Although now, apparently, speaking of transportation, Disney is providing you with paid transportation through Disney from the airport. So you can pay
why would you
have Disney
I'll be honest, guys,
pick you up.
I this is going to rub some people the wrong way. I don't care. I love Magical Express. It was great. It was great because it was free. I would never choose to pay more money than it takes to get a Lyft and sit on a bus and wait in a line and then get dropped off at 6 different stops.
That's the Mears version. But Disney now has, Disney will send a car for you.
They'll send a car for you?
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
That's different.
Yeah, they're now sending...
like 4 times what a Lyft would be.
Yeah, I don't know how much it is, but apparently now you can get picked up specifically by Disney Transportation.
It'd be interesting to see how much that is.
I don't understand why the minivans, they just don't use the minivans.
Comes at me, I get it. If you have bigger parties or certain situations where the bus is just easier, I get it. But for our family of 3, it does not make any sense to do Mears situation.
Right.
None.
No. So yeah, interesting news. So I mean, that's another thing that they have that you can now do is request transportation through Disney.
Well, they got to be using the minivans for something.
As far as I know, they're not minivans. They're just cars. I don't know what town cars and like limos and stuff.
People must have just not used the minivans. Honestly, that surprises me because I would have pictured.
Well, the minivans weren't too far from the pandemic, and then all of a sudden they sold off a bunch of the minivans to make money back. Yeah. So, is what I heard. I remember listening to a podcast. People saying I saw minivans like for sale.
Right.
Yeah. And we're talking minivans, not like Minnie Mouse vans. Like,
right.
They're SUVs, really. Not like minivans. Actual minivans. So, interesting enough. So, the big news, the big attraction news, we still don't, which is weird to me, we still don't have a Tron Light Cycle Run release date, or opening date. Like, we know it's there. We know it's built. It's basically done, I think. I mean, I really think it is in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
But we don't have any indication as to when that's going to be, open. But Disney did announce that Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind will open in summer of 2022, which I hope will be in time for our trip. So if it's not, I'll be upset.
Great, can't wait to deal with that.
Be really upset. No, I won't. But the new coaster features Disney's first ever reverse launch and is one of the longest enclosed roller coasters in the world.
What's the height requirement?
I have no idea. It doesn't say.
Dudes can go on it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could probably go on it. So that launches summer of 2022. I got a little bit of the story there. Peter
Rickman?
No, not Peter Rickman. Peter from Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay,
I know. How many times are you going to tell us the story?
Well, I'm just saying it's.
I mean, the story's okay-ish.
Energy.
Who cares?
You're such a crab. God.
But you just want to talk about it because you've already explained it here a million times.
Yeah, but people, we get new listeners all the time.
Okay, but let's
apparently,
keep it rapid fire here. Come on.
I'm trying, but you're stopping me. So shut up.
I think it would be great if you just didn't do it at all.
So just shush.
Ugh,
okay.
Here we go, Peter.
So Peter, is went to Epcot as a kid, and he's a fan of Epcot, and of course it's taking place in the Universe of Energy Pavilion. So it's supposed to have something to do with energy. So we'll see what happens. But that is something that will be big for Epcot, considering Epcot, especially in Future World, is just a ginormous maze right now with a bunch of construction walls, which we've talked about at length. So Epcot for us has a couple of new things that we could go on. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. What's happening with your face? Why are you so red?
Because I was touching my face.
So I don't know. Ashley's head is going to explode.
Hopefully.
So basically, Remy's will be news for us to go on, and then of course, Guardians of the Galaxy, which I think is the biggest announcement, that Disney has for this year. Usually, there's one major attraction announcement or some newer thing happening besides the 50th anniversary, which is already happening. So that will be really cool. What are your thoughts on this ride, Ash? Are you excited about a indoor coaster at Epcot at Future World?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Epcot's been in need of some love, especially Future World, for a long time.
Right.
So I'm very excited for something new and updated, and everyone loves Guardians, or a lot, most people do.
Right.
So I think it'll be great.
Yeah. And I also hope, too, thrill rides are great. We all love thrill rides. But I also hope that, we also still have, the spaceship. We will. The Spaceship Earth is staying. But, it's interesting to note that we now have Test Track, Soarin', and, Cosmic Rewind, which are all, Soarin's not as bad. But, we've got some pretty thrilling attractions in Epcot. Which is a different feel for Epcot. It wasn't always thrill rides. So there is now we're gonna have on that side, we're gonna have Guardians, Mission Space, and
Mission Space. If you want to be thrilled and vomit,
right,
go on that one.
And then of course we also have Space 220, the Space 220, the new restaurant over by Mission Space. So pretty neat. That's a new thing as well for. It's been open for a while. I think it was last March or something that was open, but that'll be new for us to experience if we want to. So that's another thing. And then, of course, we have over in Animal Kingdom, there's going to be a new Finding Nemo stage show, because it used to be Finding Nemo the musical. Mm-hmm. Now it's going to be called Finding Nemo, the Big Blue and Beyond. It'll feature new songs. And fan favorite songs in the Big Blue World. In the Big Blue World. That song. And the show will also feature plot points from Finding Dory, exploring places like the Marine Life Institute. So that'll be interesting. And then, of course, Disney's releasing Magic Band Plus soon, which will light up and vibrate and have your lightning lanes inside of it, which, really, that's nothing.
Wait, what is it called?
Magic Band Plus.
Oh. The
next generation of the Magic Band. So if your park ticket, lightning lane, and your room key.
I kind of like it better than using my phone. It's different for you, because you are the one that usually looks at your phone to figure out dining and all that. Yeah. I just totally check out. And
I still like to have my Magic Band.
Jim, do it.
So added, I know. What would you do without me? Added color changing lights, haptic vibrations, and gesture recognition to allow guests to interact with the park surroundings in a new way.
I don't want to interact with anything.
So, you're just
I want a non-interactive one.
Oh, my gosh. And then, of course, we've got the Amazon Alexa technology, which will be in all of the resort hotels. Which will have the Hey Disney Amazon Alexa skill. Okay, the new skill will allow guests to find out what times the theme park's open, order more room amenities like towels, or figure out what the weather outside is.
I.e., we're not coming around with towels. You have to order it.
And then, of course, the parades have been announced. They're coming back, along with the cavalcades, apparently. So there will be live entertainment is coming back gradually. They are prepping. There's water now, apparently, in the Phantasmic Lagoon over at Hollywood Studios.
When's the last time we saw a Phantasmic?
I don't know, but we definitely need to see it next time if it's open. It's definitely a must. So
a must do.
A must do.
Stace.
I miss you.
Hashtag where's Stace?
She's still doing podcasts. She's still around.
Can we have her on?
But we need her back in Disney, the Disney Resort
They're not
television.
hire her back.
Damn it.
Cheap.
Jerks. Oh gosh. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's just the Epcot festivals now. Seems like every year they're announcing the festivals get longer and longer. So this year, literally, we will be there. Which I love this, and I want to when we're there, I kind of want to just I want to make sure
buy me flowers.
Pretty soon we have to kind of figure out
what
days we're doing what, because we got to get theme park resis.
Yeah, but now we have to buy tickets first, and what a big giant pain
in the tuchus. International Flower and Garden Festival now will last forever, from March 2nd to July 4th. So it's going to be a very long time. I love the Flower and Garden.
Me too.
For multiple reasons. First of which, we went there for the very first time together.
I know.
When it was Flower and Garden, the very
really
first park.
Liked each other a lot then.
The very first park we went into.
I know.
Was
Epcot.
And the very first pavilion we went to was UK.
Was it? We went why would we have... Oh, because of where we walked in.
Yeah, we walked in the International Gateway from the boardwalk.
I should post pictures from that trip. We look rested. We look unwrinkled.
Hey, speak for yourself. Not wrinkly.
I'm actually speaking more for you.
Speak for yourself.
You have way more wrinkles than I do, especially around your eyes.
That's not true.
I mean, they're cute. I like them.
Shush. Lies. But anyway, no. We're excited to go to Flower and Garden. But I'm glad. Usually it only lasts through May, like way back in the day. But maybe a little bit into June. But now it's going all the way to June 4th. Because apparently...
You said July 4th. Did you mean...
July 4th. Oh, okay. So apparently it's just, this is just this is Disney's new, Epcot is the festival park. I mean...
Yeah.
It must bring in a lot of dough from the locals and from people, coming in. Some people, let's be real, some people are just Epcot people. We know people that stay at Epcot Resort area, and they pretty much go in Epcot the majority of their... Or
Epcot's just their favorite.
Yeah. So we also have the Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, which is opening in Toy Story Land. Woody's Lunchbox was the only place to really get food over in Toy Story Land.
Lunchbox, Lewis.
Lunchbox. Give me the quila.
We know it's not Lunchbox.
I know.
It's a joke.
It's lunch money. We I love the Pop-Tart over from Woody's Roundup Barbecue, or Woody's Lunchbox. Ash is like, everything's crabbiness.
That area is just a big, giant cluster.
Which is
I don't want to go over there for a
that
Pop-Tart.
They're choosing to open this Rodeo Barbecue sit-down restaurant rather than, fixing the seating over at Woody's Lunchbox. Because the Woody's Lunchbox it's so cramped. The whole area.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm catching flack for not liking areas like that. Guys, let me tell you what happened. We had to leave our hotel early and go completely in the other direction that we needed to go to so that JB could grab a Pop-Tart from
that is not true.
Lunchbox Lewis Woody's
Give me
Lunchbox. And it was like 1,000,000 degrees, and my dad had just had hip surgery, and there's JB being a selfish
She's making it out
SLB,
way more ridiculous.
My mom was like,
we went on Toy Story Mania.
My dad was like, it was a mistake.
Shut up. We went on Toy Story Mania.
He's the worst.
Oh my gosh, she's lying. All that was fake.
We did not. We did not.
That's
a lie.
Anyway.
All for a Pop-Tart.
Apparently there's going to be...
over there, it would be fine. Don't talk over me.
Shut up already. Fantasmic. Fantasmic is going to have some renovations and some new stuff, apparently. There might be some new content, different things happening in Fantasmic 2022. So hopefully that will be the case. And if the barbecue in Toy Story Land is as good as the barbecue over at Sam Eagles...
Sammy Eags.
Yeah, barbecue review or whatever it's called. Sam Eagles in American Adventure. Then that's exciting because that barbecue is really, really good. So it'll be a new shop is going to be opening in Toy Story Land as well. Jesse's Trading Post, because you can't have a restaurant without a shop.
You know what? I want to add something about Epcot. I really love Epcot. Every time we're there, I start to think like, oh, this could be my favorite. I'm just very aware of the space, though. It's very spaced out, and I feel like, when you're there, like we were there with my parents, and my dad had just had hip surgery, and you become very aware of the long distances between things, and I feel like it's a little bit harder to enjoy.
Right.
I mean, I get why it's set up like that.
Yeah.
If it was just me and you, I would love walking through Epcot and sort of taking our time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really feel like we're in that phase yet.
Right. So I mean...
It's a lot of walking.
Yeah. So there's a lot. I mean, there's always a lot of things happening, new things happening over in Disney. I'm excited. I hope that they announce Hoop-Dee-Doo Review coming back. I mean, I hope that happens. I don't know if it's going to happen. It is indoors, and it is like I don't really understand. Like a hefty, I don't know, there's a lot of people and singing and dancing, but hopefully it'll be open by the summer. We'll see. So I am looking forward to that. But, Disney, it is, there's a lot for us personally to do. We've got to go on Remy's. Hopefully Cosmic Rewind is opened. We have a lot to experience. It'll be really fun. So, I'm definitely looking forward to it. 2022 looks like it'll be a good year. Then there is the 50th anniversary, going on, which we haven't been to yet, which with all the statues and different things. I mean, it'll be cool. There's gonna be lots of things to experience that we haven't yet. But yeah, Disney 2022 is slowly but surely becoming, getting back to somewhat of a normal situation. I mean, it probably won't be exactly like it was in 2019, right? But we'll be getting there, so we'll see. Anything else to add, Ash, or things that you're looking forward to the most in 2022?
No, I'm just looking forward to getting back there. It's been a while for us. I mean, I guess not that long, but our trips last year were different, and
right.
Excited to get back and have it more in a normal-ish
yeah,
state.
Right.
Yeah, and just experience all the new things. It's always fun to go again and stay somewhere new, and every year that Harrison, is older, we experience things differently, so I'm just excited for that.
Yeah, me too. So, all right, so ladies and gentlemen, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Deezer, Blimper. I don't know what that one is. I just made it up.
I feel like something I should believe.
You are a blimp over Magic Kingdom.
Oh my gosh, what did you say? You're a blimp flying over Disney at Christmas time?
Hey, that was funny. So, also, if you guys if you need anything travel related, please talk to Emily at Magical Mouse Travel. She's one of our good friends, and she's great. She really is great.
She is a delight.
She is delightful. So she's got back from another trip there. They always have to keep themselves updated. Those travel agents, they get to go and have a lot of fun and report on things and experience the things that they're helping people
right,
with.
and she just obviously she just loves it, so she
Right.
plans trips of her own for her and her family and all
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. So so check that out. Also rate and review us. I already said that. Check out the books of J.B. Michaels. Go to MrMichaels.com. Go to Amazon. Type in the words J.B. Michaels, and all my books will start popping up there. So check those out as well.
You can add them all to your cart.
Yeah, add them all to the cart because they're so good. Oh my gosh, they've won awards and stuff.
Whoa.
So, seriously, what are you waiting for?
Don't brag about yourself.
What are you waiting for? I'm not bragging. Just telling truths. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, from the Midwest, see you later.